In this video, I talk about the upcoming update in April and I give you tips on potential flips and investments. Hey guys, it's Divine from merch.com with BTS merchandising review number 34. Last month mostly turned out as expected, with a nice rise for rares and some fluctuation for onyxes. But the one thing few people, including myself, saw coming was the absolute frenzy for fortunate components to make the new luck rings. For those of you who don't know, you can get these from disassembling certain treasure trial rewards, so a lot of people started doing clues as well. Now when Invention was initially released, I looked into all of the components and I really felt like the fortunate components didn't have much use, especially considering the price it takes to get them. Now before the update, they were only used in some lousy perk that nobody seemed interested in, and back then I really expected them to be used for more things with Invention Batch 2, which was of course never released. So I started investing back then, also inspired by the large amounts of clues that I was doing and constantly getting those combos and all the junk. And I really felt like maybe one day that would pay off, but it didn't really turn out that way because the update wasn't released, so I stopped investing after a while as I needed the Grand Exchange slots for better things. But I still can't complain about a bunch of sales that I did like these. I really didn't think that the day would ever come where I would sell bulk combos for 500k each. I hope you guys made some good profit as well and had some fun doing clues. So let's move on to April. The only update worth talking about is the Gemstone Dragons, but sadly not in a very positive way, as I think the way this was implemented is kind of hurting the update. First off, Jagex says that these are the first 3 Gemstone Dragons to be released, but they immediately go for the highest leveled, which doesn't really make much sense in my eyes, because this means that automatically the future releases of the lower level Gem Dragons are going to be dead content. There's really no way around that. We've already seen this happen with the release of level 90 weapons first, and then going back to weird level 80 to 85 combinations. So you could get people excited like 5 to 10 times with a slight upgrade each time over what we had before, but instead people get excited for level 90 once, and ever since it's been underwhelming. It's a fundamentally broken way of progressing the game in my eyes, and I really don't understand why they're doing this. Another problem is that the Rune Dragons require no Slayer level, they have unique drops to create level 90 boots, they use all combat styles, and you need to go through 3 phases to kill them. Jagex needs to rival that for all these 3 new dragons to get people excited enough about this update. All we see so far is that they'll have a special attack and drop rather obsolete level 80 gear with a special effect, which also indicates that they will be using multiple styles themselves, but that doesn't necessarily mean these are going to be like a huge challenge. It's likely with a Slayer level required, but if you add it all up and compare it to the Rune Dragons, it really doesn't make that much sense. So color me skeptical, but we'll see how it turns out. Now you would imagine that an update like this would make anti-fire potions fly up in price, but all we see are minor fluctuations and not really an increase even. Dragonstones then perhaps, required for the new Wilder Pie that you'll need to kill Hydrix dragons? Nope, just a little bump of like 5 to 10%. I really miss the days where an update like this would make everyone go crazy, stock up, start killing these dragons, but if you look at the rewards in the end, you can understand why not that many people are getting so excited about this. I honestly don't really have much advice for this update. You can short-term invest in some obvious things like food and potions to get pretty small but fairly guaranteed returns. You can flip the armor once it's released, which might sound high risk, but in this case it isn't really, because we already have level 80 and 90 gear out there, and level 85 gear, and all of these kind of already have their price sorted out. So even if this new gear is better, it's going to be marginally better than what we have. Around that same level, so it really can't be that much higher in price, and thus, like you can imagine, there's not going to be that much fluctuation in there. Alternatively, you can also long-term invest in their drops that flood the markets, like they might drop, let's say, Rune Warhammers to say something stupid, and there's going to be so many of these that they're going to be a lot cheaper than they should be, and you could long-term invest in these and wait for this update to become dead content, and then these items might rebound and you can make some profit. But as you can guess, like it's a bit far-fetched and you might just make just as much profit flipping high-level items and armor and those kind of things. So that's it for merchanting this month. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're all doing well. See you again soon for another video.